So, as many of you know by now, Central Texas has been experiencing devastating flash floods, which at the point of this recording have claimed 95 lives, many of those lives being children's lives. And what's been unbelievable to see on social media is responses from people saying that Texas deserves this because they're Republican or because they're white or because of who they voted for. And today we're going to show you some of those responses.
Isn't that just terrible? People actually say that stuff. You know, they deserve it. These kids that were killed deserve it because they live in Texas where people voted a certain way or they're white. Sometimes I can't believe we're in 2025. Feels like we've really stepped back in a lot of ways to where we can't come together over some kids getting killed.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
All right, guys, so today's topic is a little shocking and reminds me of some humanity that we have lost along the way in our political divides and just the division that we're experiencing as a country in general. Now, as I said before, Central Texas has been experiencing these devastating flash floods that have taken 95 lives now. And
it's sad that people are wished death upon based on who they voted for and their political beliefs. I totally agree with you. I don't know, man. Like, it's really funny. I did some deep thinking ever since I left being a police officer. And one of the things that I started to realize was how wild some of these takes are. I mean, right? Like, you know, these people wish death on someone because they voted a certain way. And somehow, I think if you went and you talked to one of those people that felt that way, they would say and probably believe that they are right. They are the righteous cause. They think what they're doing is for the betterment of society. And I just don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's so interesting, too, that a lot of those same people that say, oh, well, this country is going to hell and I'm going to move out of this country. This country sucks. And yet here we are. We have these other conversations about immigration. And why is it that we have so many people that want to come to America if it sucks so bad? You know what I mean? I don't know how they sleep at night. I got to be honest with you. I don't know how they sleep at night, too. I would have a hard time. I mean, there are very few people that I can't stand in this world, but I have encountered my fair share. And yet I can't think of one person that I would ever say that I hope that they die, or if they died, I'd say, oh, I'm happy because they voted for whatever. I don't know. I just don't think it's in my character.
Particularly, this place called Camp Mystic is going viral. It's a Christian summer camp for young girls, and 24 of these young girls have lost their lives as they were camping, presumably by a river, when these flash floods came in without a moment's notice. Now, of course, this is going to be devastating for so many people. I can't imagine what it's like for them to even be experiencing this, to lose your life in the wake of this, and how families are going to respond, peers are going to respond, the community of Central Texas is going to deal with the grief of such loss. What's insane to me, though, is to see people respond to this, see these stories, hear about the devastation, and then they say that this is what Texas deserves, and this is what these individuals, even these little girls, deserved.
I'm going to say
So
it's
sad.
all scary as and I don't give a damn. Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics. Boom, I said it. I don't give a
Jesus.
And am I sad? No. Nope. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for motherfuckers to what? CARE. I said what the I said. I don't give a and minds are here with me. We voted.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it is disgusting.
You reap what the you sow. Just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with motherfuckers being stripped away from their motherfucking families and never seeing them again. People being deported. Y'all were okay with that. Be okay with not finding Sarah Lou. Be okay with not finding Billy. Be okay with never seeing them again. Keep that same energy because I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Because I've been reading the comments and the shit y'all be saying. Y'all didn't give a when it was brown people. We sorry that it's white people now, but that's going to happen. This is going to be a repetitive cycle going to happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until y'all get tired. Racism cost y'all more than y'all thought. Racism wrote what's that line? Racism wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash. Yeah, racism wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash. Mm-hmm.
She can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And guess who's paying for it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, she's just a troll trying to get clicks. Absolutely. 100%. But, you know, it's funny in looking at her. I think that she actually also kind of believes it as well. And something that I find really interesting, I used to see this all the time when I was a cop. But here's the thing. If you can make the mental leap on some horrible action and you hook it into how it'll help kids or whatever, it's almost like a mind virus that people use as an excuse to do whatever horrible action. So you hear her on there and she says, oh, well, you weren't okay when it was happening to families getting separated for their kids. You know, I got to tell you, I kind of feel like there's a huge difference between people getting killed in floods and the deportations of a lot of these people. And a lot of them are human trafficking and sex offenders. I mean, they're going after the criminals, right? But they use this tactic of, oh, they're getting separated from their families. Well, what about these, those little girls that they died and they're separated from their families? That doesn't merit the same kind of empathy. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And when I was a cop, one of the things that we would see it all the time. One notable example that I seem to recall was when I actually talked to a homicide suspect, violently executed his wife, violently. Okay. And we had him in the interrogation room and we caught him with the knife. He was there, right? And he admitted to it. And the only question I had, I tried to talk to him about, everything leading up to it and why, how things happen. But my main question that I wanted to ask was why? Why'd you do it? And what he told me was, he said, well, my wife, my son's mother, she was horrible to our son. So, I had to protect him. So I killed her just to protect him. In reality, he was a drug addict. She was a great mom. It's really weird how he killed her after she got a new boyfriend, though. Right? But I guess that's what makes her a horrible mom. And again, he convinced himself he was the good guy because, he has to protect his kid. So it's the same type of logic.
Okay. This is deranged.
She doesn't even know what she's trying to say. Boy, I couldn't agree with you more.
I mean, there's no other, this is deranged. First of all, to cheer on the deaths of little girls who did not vote, have nothing to do with your political system, and then attribute that to racism somehow. Please make that make sense for me. This is absolutely insane. And I can't imagine just losing your humanity in this way, that you can't connect to human lives lost, innocent human lives lost. Because what? Because the state of Texas went red? I don't understand exactly even what it is you're trying to say here. Now, she likens this to the immigration deportations that are happening in the wake of this whole Trump administration and their call to mass deport illegal immigrants in this country. Is an illegal immigrant getting deported, which, mind you, does not mean they can never see their family again, is that the same as a human being losing their life for
See, that's exactly what I
said.
Not
having a beating heart, not having air in the lungs. Is that the same thing? I don't think it is. And arguably, the deportations are making your country safer and are saving lives in more ways than one. And here you are cheering on the deaths of dozens of little girls. And this is not the only person.
That's why I avoid mentally ill people and drug addicts. It's sad and probably biased or whatever, but they don't act rationally. You could help them, and their wiring is all screwed up, and they take it as a cue to attack you. People on drugs, I mean, it's very interesting. What came first, drug use or mental illness? And we used to see it all the time on the streets when we'd have someone that was a drug addict, and they would have a combination, schizophrenia paired with meth use, right? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? But the end result is kind of interesting. they don't act rationally, a lot like what you just said. And in fact, they make very bad decisions. And a lot of times, obviously, it ends up in jail. Sometimes it ends up worse than that. But, and they can take it as a cue to attack you. I have been attacked by people on drugs before while I was working on duty. They can, at the drop of a hat, attack you. So you just got to be on your toes. But it is sad how the drugs really play a part in their mind like that.
Destiny said maybe the kids weren't fit for camping near a river if they couldn't swim.
That's
and I guess this
a horrible take.
Deleted because
Jesus,
it's stupid. Other people have popped on X and said, "Ruh-roh, Texas, what you gonna do? There's no FEMA to pick you up by your bootstraps. They gave it all to ICE. Texas deserves every flood. God has spoken, and it hates Texas. Cry harder. Texas deserves it. It's not awful. It's what Texas deserves." And there's more here, as you can go ahead and read. A pediatrician ended up being fired, luckily, for saying that these floods are deserved because Trump voters are getting what they voted for. Are you guys okay? Now,
I don't remember those little girls voting for it.
Perspective. I imagine that not everybody who lost their lives in these flash floods happens to even be a supporter of Donald Trump. So what do you even have to say to that? There are children here who hopefully are not involved in any political discussions whatsoever, but doesn't matter because these innocent children have lost their lives while they were at summer camp. So what are you even cheering on in the first place? And regardless of all of that, you can have political divides and disagreements over the way this country should be run, or how people should be treated, or the morality of being a Republican, and still have humanity present in your heart, mind, and soul, or whatever it is that anybody believes in here, to say that somebody losing their lives in this absolutely tragic, torturous way should not be wished upon anybody at any given moment. For whatever reason, I'm not going to spend more time on this subject than it's worth. Obviously, this is something horrible that people are going to be dealing with the grief of, the turmoil of for quite some time, and they should be left alone to do exactly that. The only thing I'm going to say is, no matter what your political affiliation is, no matter how you view the political disagreements of our time, should you be wishing death upon another individual? I sure as hell am not. I don't care if you are completely politically opposed to me in every single way. I hope that you live a happy, prosperous life that helps you flourish and helps you be content. I don't want to see you lose your life. And to want that for other people, and children more so than anyone else, is just absolutely insane. You have some internal looking to do, maybe some meditating, maybe some meeting of the other side, and some cohabitating with the other.
You know, I find it really kind of funny, too. I mean, isn't the point to try and have a conversation with people to maybe explain why your position is right? Doesn't seem like it works anymore, but it's really kind of interesting to me that we've gone so far that you voted for someone, you deserve death, as opposed to, hey, man, you know, maybe you think about these things the next time that you vote or whatever. There's none of those like logical discussions anymore.
Side, so that you can recognize the humanity in other people who disagree with you, because this is nuts. And we keep seeing this. We saw this in the
attempted assassinations
of
everyone is so close-minded, and it's their way or the highway. I agree.
Something happens to all the Republicans who are, you know, throwing out fireworks and have American flags in their yard. And I've, of course, seen it with Republicans saying it to the other side, but it seems to be not at the same rate as whatever it is I'm witnessing now with what's happening in Texas. And even if we take it out of the political divide, y'all watched the Titanic submersible when people were cheering on the deaths of billionaires and their kids as they literally imploded in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, that was sad too. Are you guys okay? The answer is no. The answer is no, you're not okay. And maybe we need to just, again, reassert our humanity, get in touch with that, have interactions with regular people on any given day instead of just hopping on TikTok and X and throwing out everything into the world. And maybe that will, I don't know, reinvigorate not only your sense of self, but your sense of connection to the people who live in your community, who likely disagree with you on more things than one, and that's okay. We do not wish death upon others or celebrate fatalities as they happen in natural disasters. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts. And my thoughts are really with the people who have, of course, lost their lives, the families, the communities that are going to be dealing with this. It's unbelievable to just in the the flash of a moment, honestly, for lack of a better word, to have your life taken and to experience something like this. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below for these individuals. But again, don't spend too much time. I just had to let people know that we are losing our social fabric if this is how people are responding to this. Let me know how you feel about that. As always, if you disagree with anything said in this video, you might be crazy. But guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Yep. I really like her videos.